Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Siemens WM14UT93GB washing machine. Now this particular model has a maximum load of up to 9 kilograms and a maximum spin speed of up to 1400 spin. There is also a sister model, the WM14UT83, and with that model that has a maximum load of up to 8 kilograms. Functionality wise they are basically the same. But what I want to do today is to show you the 9 kilogram version, to show you around the machine some of the features and benefits that it offers. So I've got it plugged in, let's have a look. Now the first thing really to check is that the machine will fit in. It's something I've tried to mention in all of my videos. There's nothing worse than buying a machine, having it delivered, then realising it doesn't fit in the space. So dimension wise, the width on this is 59.5 centimeters, so it's just a touch under 60 centimeters. Height is fairly standard at 85 centimeters. The depth on these, so if you're measuring from the back to the front lip here, then it's 57 centimeters. If you are including the door as well, then really you need to allow around 63 centimeters. So it's not the shallowest machine, but you will find with a lot of machines, say around 8 or 9 kilograms, or even bigger than that, then what you tend to find is that the depth of the machine, they can be quite deep. So first of all, have a measure, just make sure it goes in. So first of all, I'll show you the control panel, and as you can see, you've got the dial in the middle here, and this can rotate both ways, but to turn it on, you just select one of the programs, and you will notice that at the top it says off. So there's not actually a button to turn it off. All you do when you're finished is you just turn it off at the top there. So once you've found a program that you want, then you will notice that on the right hand side here we've got a really nice bright white LED display. I'm really pleased that Siemens have kept with this. This kind of design of display they have used for several years, and I must say it does go down really well with the customers. Other brands like the sister company Bosch use red as some of their models as the LEDs, the LED display. And I must say it's not as easy to read as this, the white display. So I'm really pleased that they've kept with this. I'll cover some of the programs. You've got quite a few to choose from, so there should be something suitable for you. The first thing to note is it does show you the time remaining in the program. So you can see for this cotton program that will be approximately 3.5 hours. You will find with any of these programs, and it's the same with a lot of machines now, that the initial time, it might not take that time. What they will do is these machines will take in the amount of water according to the wash load, and then what it will do is it will actually adjust the wash time as well. So if you only put half a load in, then it might not take the 3.5 hours, it will reduce the time, but it does normally need about 10 or 15 minutes to make that decision and to know how long it's going to take. So even though the initial time on some of these can look a little bit scary at 3.5 hours, or you've got the Eco 40 to 60 as well, so again that's around 3.5 hours. Just to note that on some of these programs, so you have got the temperature option on here. So if you want to use the cotton program, then you just press that, and you can go up to 90 degrees on this one, and if you just press the button, then it will reduce in temperature. So quite a few powder manufacturers or manufacturers of detergents now are recommending to wash at lower temperatures. So you've got the option for 20 degrees on here, or even the cold wash. So that will just wash in the temperature of the water that's coming into the machine. So the next program to show you is this one. This is the Eco 40 to 60. It's quite a new program. This will be on all washing machines from 2021. And what you'll find is that this will optimize the wash for clothes that are normally washed at between 40 and 60 degrees. So it is designed as a mixed load, but as you can see initially it will take around 3.5 hours. So the next one to show you is the colour program, and I'm not going to cover all of the programs. It's just really to give you a brief overview of some of the programs. This is what they call colour program. So clearly if you're washing your colours, then you can still wash a full 9 kilogram load on this program. By the way, don't expect that every program you can wash 9 kilograms just because you can get it in. What you will find is that on the cotton program that you can wash, so on any of these three, and you can wash 9 kilogram. What you'll also find is that the wash time on this one at 4.5 hours is quite a long program, but you will find that it is energy efficient. What it will do is, if I just open the door a little bit, then before you actually turn the machine on, it will give you a recommendation as to the load that you can put in. So I mean, that's brilliant. It's something they've not always done, but I'm really pleased that they've done it. So as you go down to the Easy Care, which is a quicker program, then that's telling you that you can wash up to 4 kilograms. So it's a really good indicator, and that's only when you actually open the door. And as you go down to some of the other programs, things like the mixed fabrics, again that's 4 kilograms. Also, something to mention is the water consumption of some of the programs. If you just go back up to the top for a moment, then the cotton program here, if you've got a full load, then it can use around 90 litres of water. But if you're not in too much of a hurry, then if you select the colour program, I know it does take longer, but it is a more efficient wash, and that one only tends to use around 57 litres. So it is a big difference, but clearly it will take longer to do the wash. Something to point out just down the bottom right here is the Eco Info. This is it's like a status bar, and it goes from 1 to 5, and it will show you how energy efficient each of the programs are. It is something, again, Siemens have done it for several years now, and it's just a good indicator, because you don't know initially from the dial here as to how energy efficient each program is. So if you were to select, for example, if I show you the cotton program, so what it actually works in the way that 1 bar is very energy efficient and 5 bars isn't very efficient. So if we were to select the cotton program, and if you were to put it on, say, the 20 degree, so it's a more energy efficient wash, so that takes it down to 1 bar. Whereas if you take it up to 90, then clearly it's showing you in a very simple terms that it's going to use a lot more energy. If it's having to heat the water up to 90 degrees, then it will cost you more. So some of the other options, you've got things like the woolen program, and with this, again, it's just a quite a small load. So this one is only a 2 kilogram load. Now what it is comforting to know is that on the temperature selection on the woolen program, then you can't select higher than a 40 degree, and also the spin speed that for the woolen program you can't select higher than an 800 spin. For a normal program, so if you're on the colour program, then you have got the ability to go up to a 1400. What it will do is it will actually come down to 1200, 800, 600, 4, and then it goes down to a no spin option. Other options you've got, just while I'm talking about the spin, is you have got the spin and drain. So if you have hand washed something, then you have got the option on here to just do the spin and drain, or you have got the rinse and spin. So it's clearly a slightly longer program because it's doing the rinsing as well. You have got other options around here. I won't cover all of them. Things like the dark wash, the duvet setting. Some of these other options can be quite good. So if you're washing things like a duvet, then although it will spin at a high spin speed, it doesn't necessarily wash in the same manner as some of these programs. Then what you've got, so you've got the standard shirt program. The drum clean is a great option now. It's something a lot of people talk about. It is a very quick wash, so clearly it's saying 0 kilograms because you just put this on its own, you don't put anything in it. It will wash at quite a high temperature, and it's really designed so if you do a lot of your washes at say 20, 30 or 40 degrees, then this program, the manufacturers normally recommend at least once a month to do it to keep the machine clean. If you do a lot of your washes at say 60 or 90 degrees, then you won't need to run this program so often. So I'm really pleased that they've kept it on here. You have got another program on here called Outdoor on Waterproofing. So if you've got things like a coat or a jacket that could do with waterproofing, then what you can do is once you've put it in, it takes it through the wash, and then you've got the option to use your waterproofing liquid in the soap drawer, and that just helps to waterproof the jacket again. So it's again a very good option. The last one on here, which does go down very, very well with our customers, is the Rapid 15 or 30, and this is as it's saying, a 15-minute or 30-minute program. And on this, so the 30-minute program is for a maximum of 4 kilograms, so it's just under half a load. And what you've also got is you've got that. This is something called vario speed, and you can actually reduce the time of the program. So what that will do is that reduces it down to 15 minutes to take it to the Rapid 15, but again it reduces the size of the load down to 2 kilograms. Just while I'm on this, this is the vario speed option. Then if we are to select a normal wash, say a cotton program, then the vario speed is a great option. So again, it's showing 9 kilograms on there, but if you press the vario speed, it reduces it by a big chunk, so it takes it down to around an hour and a half. But it does say it's going to reduce it to a 5 kilogram wash. So on the display, I've pretty much covered the temperature and the spin speed options. The next one on here is something called Ready In, and what this is a time delay. So what this will do is this will actually give you the time that the machine will finish in. So it's not to start in, and I always prefer it when it's this way around because it's a lot more accurate. So you know, you on the whole, you know when you want the machine to finish. But on this machine, you've got the ability to delay it by up to 24 hours. So if you use things like Economy 7, so if you want cheap electricity overnight, then just enable that, and if you press it again, then it just goes back to the standard time of the program. The next one is the less ironing option, and this again is available on certain programs. It's not available on all of them, but this is a lower agitation spin. So especially if you're washing things like, say if you're doing things like the shirt program, then that could be a really good one to use the less ironing on. So that just reduces the spin speed. So although you don't get the full spin speed from the machine, so it won't get everything quite as dry, it can reduce the creasing a lot by using the less ironing option. The next option, which I'll just show you on the cotton, is the pre-wash. This is an option which does add, again, it adds around half an hour to the wash. So if everything you're washing is very dirty, so if you're washing things like football kits or rugby kits, then that could be a good option for you. It's something which isn't really talked about as much now. Pre-wash isn't something a lot of people tend to use because the programs themselves are actually very good. So I'm actually surprised they still put it on here. But yeah, we've still got it as an option on here. So I've covered the vario speed option, and the last one on here is the start and reload. So clearly once you put everything in, then you shut the door, and then it's flashing on the right hand side there to press start. You have also got the option for reload, as they call it. This is fairly standard on quite a few manufacturers, and what this does is this gives you the option. So if you realise that you've forgotten to, say, put a sock in there, you've just walked away, realise there's a sock on the floor, just press the reload option, and as long as you've not taken the water into the machine yet, then what you've got the ability to do is, once it's unlocked, pop the sock in and then just press the start button again. So on this machine you have also got the child lock facility, and all you do is you press and hold those two buttons there. So you press and hold the spin speed and the ready in, and what this does is this will actually lock the display. So whatever you do, you can't change anything, even the program itself, then you can't change it. So if you got little people in the house, so if you've got your kiddies that like to come along and play with the dials or play with buttons, then it can be really frustrating, especially if it's partway through a program. But what you can find is that once you've selected that, then it will allow it to go through the full wash. And to disable that function, then all you do is you press and hold that again, which gives you the countdown, and then you're back to the normal wash. And with the soap drawer, it's nice and simple. So it's got the nice easy grip handle, and all you do is just pull that out. It's a fairly standard layout. Siemens have kept this design for several years. So you've got the main wash, pre-wash and the conditioner in the middle. This is where you would put the waterproofing liquid as well, if you're using the waterproofing option. If you are using liquids, then you have got the little flap down there, so you just pull that down, and that just saves, when you put the liquid into that section, just saves it running away. It will, when it sends a certain amount of water through, then it will take it over the top when it's ready for that part of the wash. If you do want to clean it, then it's nice and easy to take out. All you do is you press the button there and then pull the drawer out. So with this part of the back here, then you can actually put this into the dishwasher if you want to give it a really good clean. All you do is you've just got a couple of clips underneath here, so just unclip those and then pop this bit into the dishwasher. We don't normally recommend putting the front part in. The main reason, because you've got the logos on the front, and if you put it in the dishwasher, then it could either make it like a matte finish, because it's quite a nice glossy finish on the front here, but it also could wash off the logo as well. So, and to put it back in, then you just locate it there, push it in, and then you're ready to go. And to open the door, you've got the nice easy grip handle on the right hand side here. You just give that a pull. So it's nice and big handle there. So even if you suffer with things like arthritis, or if you do suffer with your hands, then it's quite a good one to get hold of. What I'm really pleased is that Siemens have kept with the metal hinges and the door catch. So you've got the door catch that's made out of metal and the hinge as well. Some brands are starting to go to plastic hinges and door catches, and I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan, but I'm really pleased that they've kept with the metal ones, just keep it nice and strong. You've got a good sized porthole here, so when it comes to loading the clothes in and out, then clearly with a 9 kilogram load you're going to want to try and do it as quickly as possible. So you've got a nice size here to get the clothes in and out of. So let's go inside the drum. You will notice that it is a slightly different design to standard. This is something that Siemens have come up with, and the main reason they've come up with this design is because it's designed to look after your clothes. There's nothing worse than putting expensive clothes in there and then realising that say you've got bobbling on your jumpers, or some of your clothes are not being looked after as they should be in this kind of machine. As far as maintenance on the machine, there's not a huge amount to do. So apart from the drum clean that's recommended once a month, then you have got this, you've got the filter at the bottom here, and this is ideal as, well, most manufacturers call them like a coin trap. So if you've had anything that's come out your trousers during the wash, so if you're not emptying your trousers properly, then there might be a coin or other bits and bobs down here. So just turn it anti-clockwise. I won't do it at the moment because there will be some residual water in there. And the other thing to make sure you do is just make sure you do it when the machine is finished. Don't do it during the wash, otherwise you'll get a very wet floor. You've also got a hose on here, so if you do have a power cut and if you needed to empty the machine, then you've got the option on here. So all you do is you take that cap off, put a bowl or tray or something under here, and then just take the cap off and you can empty the water in the machine. You can find it could take a while to do, especially if it's fairly full of water. If it had the full 9 kilograms in there and it's full of water, then it will take a while to empty it through the hose. But it is nice you've got the option anyway. The other thing to show you is that you can actually open the door just here. So again, if you get a power cut, then all you need to do is just get, say, a little screwdriver and just pull that down. And what that will do is that releases the door catch, and then you can open the door. And I'll just show you around the back of the machine. If you're installing it yourself, then this could be quite useful. First of all, you've got the water inlet at the top right here. It does come with a new hose, and we always recommend, if possible, to try and use the hose, try and use the new one. You've got the waste outlet that comes out at the top left, and then the mains is at the bottom left, so everything's spread around. What you'll also find is you have got 4 of these are the transit bolts. These are imperative to take out, so if you're installing it yourself, then as soon as you unpack it, this should be the first thing you do. Take these 4 out and make sure that the drum moves around freely. If you don't take those out and if you use the machine, then it's likely that you will damage the machine and it won't be covered by the warranty. Now if you're using the option on here for ready in, that's where it will actually delay the start of the program. Then, especially if you're going to use it overnight, then you want something that's fairly quiet. There's nothing worse than having a machine that's running overnight and it's noisy if you're keeping you awake or keeping the kids awake. So with this machine, then on normal washing, then it's only 48 decibels, and on the full spin, then it's only 72 decibels. And although it doesn't mean a lot, I would recommend comparing it to other machines, because you will find that actually that is very quiet, especially for this sort of price range. So as standard on all Siemens products, they come with a manufacturer's warranty of 2 years. Now have a look out for promotional guarantees, because quite often on these machines then it will actually have a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. Not many manufacturers are that confident that they're willing to give a 5-year guarantee on their appliances. If you are thinking of buying one of these machines, then have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video on the Siemens WM14UT93GB washing machine. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video, click subscribe and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video itself. Also, if you've got any questions on the washing machine, then just leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got a Siemens washing machine or one similar to this, then let me know what you think, because I'd always appreciate feedback about other Siemens appliances. Thanks for watching.